Hey guys, welcome to day 9, I think, of my 30 videos in 30 days. I missed a day of doing video, which is really bad, but stuff happened, so that's why. If anyone was wondering, I doubt anyone was. And it is already 3:30. I was very bad at filming today because today was an absolute mess, let me tell you. So I got up and I did my thing. I got up and I went to the gym and watched some Lost at the gym, which is great. Things are really heating up. They just met the others. That is not a spoiler. I would never do that to you, don't worry. So that happened, and I have to stop looking over there. So that happened, and I was feeling really good. I was really excited to go to therapy because my therapist had a concussion, a really severe concussion. So I didn't see her for about 5 weeks, which was really bad, and I was doing really, really poorly mentally. So I'm really glad that I finally got to go back. And I did that, and my session was really good, and I was feeling really good about things. And then I'm leaving. Oh, and I was having a lot of anxiety, though, about a lot of things. But one thing that's kind of weird is going to the grocery store after, because normally my Friday routine is like get up, yoga, go to the gym, go to therapy, go to the grocery store, buy food for my family for the week, and then go home. But we're supposed to get snow tomorrow, and for some reason, whenever we're supposed to get snow, people lose their minds. Like, people act like it's the apocalypse, like the world is ending, and they go and they buy like 10 loaves of bread at a time and just lose their minds. Like, so I was really anxious about going to the grocery store because I knew it was going to be absolute chaos, and I just wanted to buy some lettuce really badly, so I needed to go because I was out of romaine. And this is really, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but anyway, so that was a big thing we talked about in therapy. So she's like, okay, well, it's only, I finished my appointment at like 11:30. She's like, so it's only 11:30, by the time we get there, it'll be like noon, so it shouldn't be that bad yet. So I'm like, okay. So I do that, and I leave, and my car is making a really weird noise. And mind you, I'm driving my grandma's car because my car just died a few weeks ago. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I'm driving my grandma's car, and it starts making noises. So my first instinct is like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, even though I know it's not, but I run away from my problems. So then it kind of freaks me out because I'm about to get on the parkway. So I pull over to the side of the road, and biggest flat tire on the planet, like tire completely deflated. So because I'm me and have absolutely no control over my emotions, I start having a panic attack. So I'm shaking and I'm crying. I'm in a different county of Long Island where I live. I'm in a different county. So I am like 45 minutes away from home. My mom's at work, so I can't call her to be like, what the hell do I do? And yeah, I'm a toddler and cannot handle things on my own. So so that happened. But that really made me think of like the whole idea that everything happens for a reason, because to me this was like a really crummy situation and really sucked. So I called my aunt, and I'm very lucky that I have like a family that like would come and get me, and she helped me out, and like we got a guy to fix the tire, right, to change the tire for like $20. So, but anyway, so like we were just, I was talking, my aunt's awesome. So I was talking to her. She's an entrepreneur, and she's super awesome and creative and out there and awesome. So I was talking to her, and like I was kind of just like, I'm like, I'm so anxious. I don't want to be here. I really wanted to be home by now. This has been 2 hours already. Da, 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 da. And she mentions the fact that today is the anniversary of not only my grandma dying 5 years ago, but my dad having a stroke, which inevitably led to this decline, and then he got cancer and passed away 4 years ago. And today's the anniversary of that, and I feel like the worst human being in the world because I didn't even think about that today. Normally I do, I don't know why, but it just like wasn't even remotely on my radar today. And so I wound up spending a lot of time with my aunt, and we were just like talking about a lot of things, and she's really cool because she believes in me for some odd reason, and like I can kind of talk to her about like my mental health. She doesn't think I'm like out of my mind when I talk about all that stuff. And when I tell her about my fear, like I was talking about kind of like some of the like this, like, a lot of the fears that I have and how I kind of feel like a failure and I don't like myself and all this stuff. And then we were also talking about how lucky, like how much the people who are around you impact the way that you wind up, because I have a super supportive family and I'm very lucky about that. And I'm very lucky for that, because like for some reason she mentioned, we went to like this juice bar and my aunt made this comment because she took a shot, like a cayenne ginger shot thing, and she was like, oh, I don't see how anyone can ever get addicted to drugs when they have all this good stuff in the world. And that kind of made me uncomfortable, so I kind of said, well, I don't think anybody like sets out to like get addicted to drugs because like this sounds cool. I mean, I'm sure that like some people for some reason, but I don't think that's like the majority. And I was saying to her, I'm like, I can really sympathize with people who do that, because there are definitely times in my life where I'm like, I could really like just like, I don't drink. I've never had more than a sip of alcohol before, and I've never like smoked or done anything. But I was like, I could totally understand, like, if you are so depressed that, and you just like, for something, you just kind of want to self-destruct. And I've like, like the things that I've done to myself, I wouldn't say are any better than doing, or less quote unquote shameful than like doing some type of drug. Like, I think like we all, like, when you're dealing with mental illness and you're not receiving the help or like even recognition that you need, you kind of just start to self-destruct because you just like can't handle it anymore, and you start to collapse in on yourself. And like, I feel very lucky for the fact that I have like with my therapist, like I had 5 therapists before I had the therapist that I currently have, and I've been seeing her for about 3 years now, or more actually. It might have been, no, 3 years I've been seeing her. But I had I had 2 therapists completely give up on me, like actually just be like, yeah, you're not gonna get better. And then like 3 other ones that were just kind of like didn't show any emotion, and it kind of freaked me out. Like, I need some type of like, I didn't want to just like talk to like a wall. And I get it that you're supposed to, like, when you're practicing therapy, you're kind of supposed to like emotionally detach yourself from the person that you're therapizing. I know that's not a word, but I'm going to make it one, just for your own sake. But that doesn't work for me, and I wound up going to the person that I go to. She practices, like, we do like a hybrid of talk therapy with hypnosis and like meditation. So like, I'm learning coping mechanisms for things like breathing exercises and things to do to try to keep myself from getting to that state of being in absolute panic. Then we're also doing like hypnosis, so she's giving my subconscious little nudges in the right direction to try to reshape my thinking. And then just like we get to like talk, and I actually feel like she cares about me, and she has no obligation to care about me. And I think that's the thing that's most important to me, because this sounds really bad, but like whenever somebody close to me says something nice to me, like I know that they're lying. Like if they're like, you're not ugly, or you're not massive, or you're not a failure, or anything like that, like I know that they're just saying that because either they're trying to make me feel better, or because they care about me, like because they're my family and they love me, or because they're like my friend and they love me. When you love somebody, you kind of see them in a better light than the rest of the world does. So I'm like, that's just the way that you're seeing me, because you're kind of obligated to care about me. And she's not like, yeah, I pay for her to like be my therapist, but like she genuinely like cares about me as a human being and sees something in me as a human being. And that's amazing to me, because she has no obligation to do it. She has no like connectedness to my life, and she knows like everything about me. She knows like the really dark, ugly parts of me, and doesn't think that I am a waste of human life. So that means a lot to me. So I don't know, I was just kind of thinking about all that when this was happening today. And like I got to hang out with my aunt, which was cool, and we got to talk about my dad a little bit, which I never loved doing. Because I don't know, that still hasn't, I don't talk about that a lot on here, but basically I got really, really sick my sophomore year. like really bad. And at the same time as that was happening, my dad got sick just suddenly. Like he had a stroke on January 22nd, 2010. So 6 years ago. That doesn't seem right. I guess. No, sorry, 2011. 5 years ago. I thought it was 4. Wow. So that happened, and then it kind of like messed him up. Like, it kind of just like he was like, left side of his body was numb, but like we really thought he was going to get better because he was doing a lot better and his grip strength was getting better and all this stuff, but like he just didn't feel well ever. And then I want to eventually make a video on, not my dad, but like the stuff that was going on with me. But basically I wound up in the hospital that year. The day that I got discharged from the hospital, they found cancer in his brain. Like right as I was getting out of the hospital, I got like a text message. It's like, your dad has cancer. It's like, good, wonderful. Obviously not, but it was just kind of like, it was a really exciting day. I was getting out of the hospital, and then I was like, phew. And then he passed away 2 weeks later. It was that kind of brain cancer that, if you guys remember that girl, Brittany Maynard, she like chose to die last year, like right after her wedding or something, because she had an incurable and very aggressive brain cancer that has never, ever, ever been cured and is completely incurable. So he had that, and so I was just thinking about that a lot today, and I feel really bad because I don't think about it as much as I should. And it's weird, whenever I like remember my dad, like I can remember him really well, and I was super close with him, but it's almost like I'm remembering somebody else's life. Like I can see the memories in my head of doing stuff with him, but I don't have like that emotion there that I should. It's like I'm watching a movie and I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh, that's a really nice relationship that little girl and her dad has. But like it doesn't like feel like it was me. Like I can't remember it. Like I can't imagine my life like with 2 parents, and it makes me feel like the worst human being on the planet, because like, do I just not care? Am I like that much of a horrible human being? I always tell myself that it's because I have so much that I'm dealing with, like, this sounds selfish, but like so much like mental illness stuff that I'm dealing with, and I feel like it's my like brain trying to protect me, because it's like you can't handle all of your own like mental illness and healing stuff and also handle like grieving your dad at the same time. I think I would just like die. So this got dark really fast. This is a mess of a vlog. I just needed something to put up, so I guess this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about death and dying and anxiety and all these super exciting and cheerful things on the Erin Otter channel. But to bring it all back around, I like have to think, like, I don't know what I believe in. Like I really want to believe in something, but I don't know what I believe in. But I do kind of feel like the universe, like there's some type of force that guides the universe, and that I do truly believe that we all have a specific like role here. I don't know like but like I have to think, I'm like, maybe that did happen for a reason. Like maybe that would happen so I would call my aunt, so that I would be reminded of the anniversary of those things happening was today, and that like I could just really be reminded just how lucky I am to have such a cool family and to actually have people that believe in me, and that maybe it's okay to believe in myself sometimes, because you guys know, I feel very lost all the time and kind of like I'm just like flailing. Like if you've ever played Pokemon, you know how when you have a Magikarp, it does splash, and that's like the only attack it has, and it does splash, and it just kind of flails and flops and then it's like it has no effect. But obviously that Magikarp is putting a lot of exertion into that movement because he's flopping and flailing, but nothing actually happens. Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like a Magikarp. So let's hope that eventually I can become a total badass and figure out what I'm doing and evolve into a Gyarados. And I think that's supposed to happen at level 20. I'm 20 years old right now, so I should be evolving now. It's like someone's pressing the B button on the Game Boy and preventing my evolution. That's probably going to be it for today because I've been rambling for a really long time. Tomorrow will probably be a little bit more uplifting. I don't really know. Oh my god, I just zoomed into my face. Hello. I'm vlogging with my DSLR camera because the iPhone camera just makes me feel so self-conscious. I feel like it stretches my face out and makes my face look even like rounder than it is. So I don't like using it. So, hello. Thank you so much for watching if you did. I really thought this was going to be like a topic-oriented vlog, and it wasn't, because it went from like everything happens for a reason to like anxiety to like let me tell you about the death of my parent. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. If you are going to be caught in this blizzard, I hope that you stay warm and have a beautiful and wonderful weekend and drink a lot of hot chocolate. And yeah, bye guys.